March Pugh. I'm also known as the arts professor. I travel, speak, write in workers' compensation at the intersection of chronic pain and appropriate treatment. And my tagline is educator and agitator. And so I'm going to do hopefully a little bit of both of that as we're going through. And I'm going to let my daughter Rachel introduce herself. By the way, give her a really big hand. She's never done this before in a live audience. I think you were expecting a standing ovation. Is that what it was? No.
I know your role as a parent to embarrass me. That's it. So, like you said, I've been going to this church since before I was born. And I went to Georgia Southern for my undergrad, Life University for my master's, both in exercise science. So I do have a background in health. I have just started a new job a couple months ago as an exercise physiologist at a cardiac practice. So I basically watch people walk on the treadmill all day. Pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, that's me. And please bear with me because, like I said, I don't do this. So if I stutter a little bit, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, I told her if there's high expectations for me because I do this for a living. So if I'm bad at it, y'all are going to say, how does he pay the bills, right? But if she's a little anxious and not quite so polished, y'all are going to give her some grace, right? Yeah. So we're going to talk about health and attitude of wellness. You talked about home last week, and you've got 2 other sessions going on with this National Recovery Month. We're going to focus on wellness, and both psychological and physical wellness. So how many of y'all have had pain at some point in your life? Pretty much everybody, right? Yeah. Have y'all ever had pain that actually makes you cry? Yes. Have you had physical pain that's made you cry? Yes. You know, every time we went off to a family gathering, my family knew that I was going to hurt myself. They went ahead and packed the crutches in the car because they knew that I was going to sprain my ankle. There was one time we were playing basketball, and of course I go at 125 miles an hour all the time, and I played myself into a tizzy and fainted. And Bobby McVeigh, my best friend back there, sitting back there, he said, I appreciate the fact that you are passing out, but I am not giving you mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. There's a certain line of friendship just not going that far, right? I didn't cry then, but Rachel cried when you tore your ACL, right? Explain a little bit about the ACL, because I wasn't there in Statesboro, your mom was, but I remember hearing about the first trip from the bed to the bathroom in your dorm room, right?
So I tore my ACL when I was playing soccer, and my teammates said it was the loudest cry, the scariest cry that they've ever heard. And my pain tolerance was pretty high, so you know it was pretty painful. But yeah, after I had my surgery, I had a big old brace on. I had the ice machine on there. I had to take that off. And my bathroom was like 2 steps, maybe 3 steps from my bathroom. Literally would cry all the way to the toilet and all the way back. And it was a rough 6 months.
It happens. And how many of y'all have cried because of emotional pain? I didn't cry, but I couldn't talk for 2 days after the Falcons gave up a 28. Literally could not put 2 words together, right? I still suffer from PTSD. I still can't look at Tom Brady on the TV and think good thoughts about him, right? I'm not bitter whatsoever, but it just kind of comes with that, right? But there was another part of me that had emotional pain. Today would have been my dad's 88th birthday. He died in 2014 from Parkinson's. And it was a long road. It was about 18 months because a year and a half before he died, my aunt, who was basically my second mom, died very quickly from cancer. Kind of didn't see it coming. Less than 30 days later, my uncle, her husband, died. So we went up to Illinois twice for funerals. During that time, I was feeling very disrespected at work, Wasn't very motivational. Y'all been there before? Ever had that happen to you? So all of this was going through my head, and then my dad was going through Parkinson's. I was helping my mom deal with my caregiver standpoint. It was a very, very difficult, dark 18 months during that time. Y'all understand that, right? Pain is not just physical, it's emotional, it's psychological, and what we're going to try to talk about is everything, the whole person. Because you can't talk just about physical wellness and ignore the psychological or emotional wellness. If you ignore the emotional wellness and focus on the physical wellness, you're that guy that goes to the gym that only does stuff on the upper body, and his legs are like this thin because he never does anything, right? He's focused on one thing or another, right? In order to be truly well, to have wellness, you've got to focus on the whole person. And that's one of the things I literally preach about as I go around, traveling around the country, about the biopsychosocial spiritual treatment model, which is weird in workers' compensation, the industry I work in, because we like to pay for stuff that you can do to people. You can do surgery, you can do therapy, you can give them drugs, you can do a variety of different things, and we forget that they're a whole person. That what happens between their ears and what happens at home has as much to do with their willingness and ability to get better as what's physically wrong with them. And that's a really interesting concept to break through from an insurance standpoint, because we don't like paying for squishy stuff. And what I'm talking about is that squishy stuff, right? That emotional, that psychological stuff. So we're going to start with Rachel talking about physical wellness, because she's the actual clinician in the family.
Alright, so my dad gave me 10 minutes for this, and the last time that I made a speech was in class, and if you were less than the allotted time that you were given, you got points taken off. So hopefully I can get to the full 10 minutes.
I'm sure you can. She took 13 minutes practicing. I said it always goes faster when you're in front of a crowd. So.
Alright, so I'm going to talk about 4 different physical wellness targets. Active lifestyle, eating right, sleeping well, and constructive habits. So, healthy lifestyle is 75% diet and 25% exercise. For me, I'm all exercise. I always say I exercise so I can eat whatever I want. That's not the case. They go hand in hand. You can't do one without the other. So the first one, lifestyle, active lifestyle. If you have a stressful lifestyle, that can lead to increased blood pressure. It can lead to binge eating, which can lead to obesity. It can even lead to a heart attack. And I know it's easier said than done with living a stress-free life, but that's the goal to work towards. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Well, one thing I wanted to help you out with, I made a commitment. I lost about 30 pounds about 5 years ago. I said, I can't preach and not practice what I preach. And so I needed to look, trim, and fit, and if I'm going to talk about people about wellness. And so I made a commitment at that point in time in the Atlanta airport. Have y'all ever been to the Atlanta airport? We got concourse T, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. It just goes on forever, right? So I made a commitment to myself that when I go to the Atlanta airport and I'm flying out, as long as my gate is in C concourse or less, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to ride the tram. And I'm not going to walk on the moving sidewalk because that's for losers. I'm just going to go right on the carpet and I'm going to schlep it. So I've got a Fitbit, right? So I go through security, I get to my gate C42, my Fitbit should say 273,000 steps, and it only says 3,300, right? It's like, I got to do this 2 times? Yeah, that means I got to do a jump, right? So it's that commitment to active lifestyle. It's taking the stairs instead of the elevator. That's the kind of stuff that you're talking about, right?
Yes, sir. So on the other side, a sedentary lifestyle can again lead to obesity, which can lead to a heart attack, diabetes, sleep apnea, joint pain, shortness of breath, high blood pressure. The list just goes on. With the active lifestyle, I encourage you to start with 3 days a week with the cardio. That could be walking, that could be jogging, swimming. If you've got a membership to a gym, the elliptical is great. Stairmaster is the death of me, but I still do it. And then as also weight training. Weight training is very important for us women because as we get older, we lose bone density, causing osteoporosis, osteopenia, all of that. So doing weightlifting, resistance training when we're younger will help when we're older. Next thing is eating right. So poor nutrition can lead to a whole bunch of different things. It can lead to the obesity again. It can lead to high cholesterol, diabetes, and all of those are actually risk factors for heart disease, which is the field that I'm in. What I encourage you to do if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to maintain your weight, download MyFitnessPal. It's a free app on your phone. It's kind of tedious when you start, but it helps a lot. If you're trying to lose weight or even maintain weight, you can put in your current weight, and you can put in, let's say you want to lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks, you can put that in and it'll tell you how many calories you should eat in a day. And then you can also put your exercise in that too. So it's a really awesome app. Again, kind of tedious at the beginning. Once you get the hang of it, it's an awesome app. MyFitnessPal. And when it comes to eating, I've never been one to say eliminate every single unhealthy thing or unhealthy food out of your diet. That just seems really miserable. So if you want to go out to Mexican, have some chips and queso, cool. Just to have it in moderation, everything in moderation. So some examples of some good foods, we've got fruits and veggies, obviously. Recommended 3 to 4 servings a day of each. Kind of sounds crazy, but if you have meals during the day, just have no snacks, just eat the fruits and veggies, super yummy. Whole wheat, whole grains, salads, a lot of, like when you go out, you're like, oh, I'm going to get a salad. Then it comes with like croutons and blue cheese dressing and all of this, so you got to think about that when you're trying to get a salad. Get some Italian or something like. Eggs are a good source of protein. Lean meat, fish, nuts, cottage cheese is super yummy. Looks weird, but it's super yummy. You can add fruit to it, and then beans and lentils, and then some foods to avoid. We've got fried foods, processed foods, fries and chips, sweets, sodas, and fruit juices, which have a lot of added sugars and everything. So then we move on to sleep. I don't know about y'all, but if I don't get a good night's sleep, I'm super grumpy. And it's not good to be around me when I'm grumpy. So recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I know if I sleep past the 9 hours, super grumpy. So I have to get in that 7 to 9 hours for me to be A-okay.
How many of y'all get 79 hours of sleep every night? Some high achievers in here, that's great.
I'm on back there, so it's like 4 hours.
She's trying to count it up over here. She's going, 1, 2, 3.
So, anybody take power naps?
Yep.
Yes. Power naps are my best friend. Sometimes I've got an hour for lunch. Sometimes I go and sleep in my car because I'm just totally beat. So sleep is very important. It can, if you get a lack of sleep, it can affect your organs such as your brain, your heart, your kidney. The brain needs to sleep, needs to rest. All right, moving to constructive habits and destructive habits. So addictive habits. We all have addictive habits, whether that's drugs, alcohol, food, shopping, your phone, TV. It's all addicting. Me, I'm addicted to the TV. I have been binge watching The Office, and there are a lot of seasons, and I'm on season 6, I believe, right now. But I will watch an episode when I'm getting ready for work, when I'm at lunch, when I'm at the gym, when I'm in the bed trying to go to sleep. I'm watching it all the time. And during that time, I could be reading an article about cardiology or spending time with God. So using the time that we're using for our addictions, we can use it, for something more productive. And So, 5 takeaways that I'm going to leave y'all with. Take the stairs instead of the elevator or the escalator, or the walking sidewalk, which is for losers. And
Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
try and go outside, walk 15 to 30 minutes every day. If you've got a lunch break, go on your lunch break, invite your coworkers. If you've got someone that you're walking with, it's a lot more entertaining, because let's be honest, cardio isn't very fun. Even though we need it, it's not very fun. And if you have someone that you're walking with, it can go by a lot faster. If you are at a restaurant, choose fruit over chips and fries. Sometimes they upcharge you, but it's worth it. If you are a big chip eater, and if you go to the grocery store, don't buy those chips, because if they're in your pantry, you're gonna eat them. The next one is eat 4 to 5 smaller meals instead of the 3 big meals. It helps with overeating. My issue is portion control, so doing 4 to 5 meals a day helps tremendously. And again, snacks can be those fruits, veggies, cottage cheese, nuts, all of that. Then the last one, portion size. My issue. So it ties in with